These are the best things you guys should all be using on FragPunk. What is up, guys? It is Simba Sensei here, and today we're going to be going over the best competitive settings for FragPunk. If you guys want to improve your gameplay and also your frame rate in game, definitely use some of these settings, guys. We're going to go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to go to settings. We're going to hop top of general here. The self-explanatory ones, guys, we're going to go by really fast. Languages, guys, you know, whatever language you're on. Automatic climbing, guys. I suggest turning this off. Let's say you're having a fight by a zip line and you're trying to jump shot somebody. They're off their aim, and then you accidentally go up the zip line. Now you're looking like an idiot. But yeah, guys, have this off. Most of the time, you're not going to be using a zipline while you're in a fight. So just pressing your interact button, in my case, it is F. It is super simple to just use F to go up a zipline and have that off. Automatic sprint, please have that off. You don't want to be always sprinting around the map. Camera shake during a sprint. This is a big one, guys. Make sure this is off. You don't want your screen shaking like crazy when you're sprinting. FOV sprint scaling, I also recommend having this off. What it does is if it's on and you're sprinting, it widens your FOV out. Sounds good, but it's also disorienting and it kind of messes you up when you go back to your normal FOV. Switch weapon on pickup. Have this off because you don't want the game switching guns for you automatically. Flash eye guarding mode. This is personal preference. Off. It's going to be a white flash. On. It's going to be a black screen for a flash. Target guide. I actually have this on just because I don't really use it too much, but when you ping with your middle mouse wheel, it's going to do a shortest path and show you how to get there fastest. So I just leave it on. Paint road guide, guys. If you're a new beginning player and you need help getting around the map, have it off. If you're Sigma Giga Chad that knows the map, leave it off. All right, I was joking about the Giga Chat, but if you know the game, leave it off. Interactable door highlights. I don't want the doors highlighted. I know which doors can be opened on the map. I leave it off. I don't want one thing shining just to distract me. Limit mouse area out of match. I leave that on. Default scope magnification. I like it on low magnification. Most of the time when you are switching to your gun and you scope in, you usually want the shortest distant one. You don't want to be zoomed in. You don't want to be zoomed in super far. So I personally have mine on low. These are my mini-map settings, guys. I have key player centered off, mini-map size 1, mini-map zoom 1, display location name on minimap on, minimap location name zoom 0.6, minimap orientation fixed. All right, performance metrics, guys. You like to see what FPS you guys are getting in the match. I'm big on that, so I like to have it on. Realistic optics, I would have that off. You guys don't want that chromatic aberration on your screen. Enable button heads. If you're a new player, don't know all the buttons, guys, leave it on. But remember, guys, this is a competitive settings, guys. If you're playing ranked, you guys should know pretty much most of the stuff in the game, so leave it off. Hide bottom right loadout, I have mine off. It doesn't really bother me too much if your loadout showing at the bottom right. If you guys care about it, turn it on. If you guys want to see it, if you guys don't care and you know what guns you're using, leave it off. It's just one more thing that you don't need on your screen. Ping visibility. Most people have this at 100. I have mine a little bit lower because if someone pings something and then an enemy walks behind it, you don't want your ping blocking the enemy. So I have mine slightly lower just so I can still see the enemies if they are behind the ping. Auto ping, really huge. Leave it on. It's going to automatically ping an enemy once you hit them. Non-shard clash mode, we don't care about that. Colorblind mode, I'm not colorblind. I leave it off. Enemy color, I have mine on red. Some people play with it on yellow. This game loves purple skins, so I wouldn't even really keep it on purple, and you don't want it no outline. So I leave mine on red. Display headwear. Some of these headwears in the game are huge, so I like to keep it on. You know, big heads, right? Yeah, big heads. Hide non-competitive skin tones from enemies. This one's a little iffy setting, but I leave it on. The enemies don't see my crazy skin effects. Hide non-competitive skins from allies, off. I like to show off my skins to my teammates, of course. Display customized crosshair of current player. If you guys want to see what your teammates' crosshairs look like, or the enemy crosshair in a kill cam, leave it on. And here is my custom crosshair that I beautifully made. You guys want to copy? Here are the settings on screen. Show it, apply to hipfire and sight crosshair. I will not really talk about it too much. If you guys want to look at it, you can pause the video. I like this color, guys. I wouldn't mess with the color too much. You know, if you guys like yellow is a good color, or like a greenish color. I personally like this teal one, so I'm going with that. I like mine dynamic. I like my crosshair to kind of spread a little bit when I'm spraying. Some people like their static, so that's personal preference. All right, guys, keyboard. I didn't really change my settings too much. I actually like the keybinds in this game. The only thing is I have melee button on my side button, so if I want to switch to my melee weapon, I use my top side button. And I also don't use scroll wheel to switch weapons. So I press 1, 2 to switch, or for converter. And to inspect my weapon, I have my other side button. Controller, guys. I personally don't play with controller, but the only thing I can see is right stick for being push to talk. I feel like that could be pretty bad if you're trying to talk while aiming. But that's just me. I'm not a controller player. So we're gonna go ahead and move to my sensitivity. I play on 800 DPI, 0.59 sensitivity. No invert camera or anything. I do play on the 0.9 multiplier, so that when I do aim down sights, my sensitivity is a little bit slower. Most people like a 1-to-1 ratio, but I like it a little bit slower. These are controller settings here. Dead zone is very unique to each player, really. I am a person, when I did play controller, I do not like controller vibration, so I actually have that off. All right, guys, and we have audio. Usually I have my master volume at 100, but for the sake of the video, I have it turned down a little bit. Keep audio playing in the background off. Character voice simplification, guys, if you guys want your characters yapping, if you guys have this on, non-combat related voiceovers will be muted. There's not really too much character voice lines in the game to begin with, so I actually have it off. I like a little bit of personality, doesn't bother me too much. And then I have my push to talk to V, and these are I have my mic, and then everything's set properly. Privacy, guys, you know, I have display whispers in game on, allow non-friend whispers on, receive party invites on. I just left it pretty much default. You don't have to really do anything here. And yeah, guys, that is it for the competitive settings video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you guys want me to elaborate more on. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.